Well, hi guys, Wild Trekker here. Welcome back to another episode of our Let's Build series. Okay, so I'm over at the village at the moment. This is where we kind of left off. If you remember in the previous episodes, we built the water lift just there, and then previously that we built the water slide. And we did say in this episode we're going to have a look at the village and see what we can do with this. Before we do that, I just wanted to show you something else. You may notice this area lit up over here. So I'm just going to show you this. This is where we did the demonstration and the tutorials of building a water slide and the water lift. So I've done a little bit of editing to this area, and I just wanted to show you that. If I go really high, you can see this a little bit better. So yeah, basically, and we'll let this load. Basically, I've decided to do a big build in this area. And what I've been doing is actually marking out the ground. So each one of these redstone lights is 10 blocks, and we've kind of stopped it around about there. So it's about 100 blocks, 103 blocks from the center, another 100, so we've got 200 blocks that way. And I did originally mark it out to here, which is 73 blocks, but I've kind of taking it back, so I'm probably going to take it to there, which is 50 blocks each way. So it's going to be a 200 by 100 area. Now the one thing I've got to do, as you can see I've already started, is some terraforming. I need to take it right down to flat, so I've got to fill in the holes, fill in the lakes, level it down. This bit's not too bad, but over here we've got quite a bit of hills there to actually take things back. So yeah, a lot of terraforming. I'm going to do a lot of that off camera because I don't think you guys need to be seeing that, but I've got some plans earmarked for this. So what I'm going to be doing is, in between fixing up the village, which is over there, I'm going to terraform this and flatten it down. But I wanted to show you beforehand so you can see what it looked like before. Also got some plans for this area here, which is on top of these hills here. Nice snowy biome. So I'm going to make use of that, and I've got a big build planned for there as well. So in addition to the water ride, if you like, that I've got over here, and I've got some more plans what I'm going to build in this area as well. So quite a lot of ideas going on. This series is going to be really developed, and hopefully I can add some tutorials in there as we do it as well. So yeah, but let's go back to our village because that's what we said we were going to do on this particular episode. So we've got some villages in there, and if you may recall, we've got this problem in that we've got this huge ravine going down here, so I need to decide what to do with it. Now I think I've decided that what I'm going to do is actually I might leave these where they are. I might not, I'm not quite sure, because my alternative is actually leaving the ravine in place and doing something with that, and then using bridges, because I think looking at the area, this is fairly flat over here, and there's a natural sort of area that I'm probably going to use for the rest. So I'm going to kind of use this, if you like, for building the new town, shall we say. So this is going to be the new town. This is the old town, which we might spruce up a little bit, but obviously that's what was originally there. So yeah, so I might move these, I'm not quite sure, and put them up in the old town. I might not. So if I'm going to leave them there, I probably need to fill in the ravine. However, if I take them out, I could actually make use of this ravine and do something with it, whether I leave the ravine in, whether I make it more of a water feature and a river going through. Not quite sure. So there's a few things there we need to do, but we certainly need to fix it up, and we certainly need to make it safe for the villagers. The villagers are currently locked in their rooms, the ones that are there, so we need to make this safe and nicer. I'm probably going to upgrade things like the footpaths, make them nicer paths, and that sort of thing. We need to add much more lighting. As you can see, there's a couple of lights around there, but we might add some glowstone lighting or something like that. Yeah, so sort of pretty it up. So that's what we need to make a start on. So I'm going to have a quick think about what we're going to do here in terms of this area. I think this is the main thought process I need to do, and have a think about how we're going to make this into a town and that side of it. So what we might do is just contain it off for a little bit, and then build on that, and yeah, we'll see where we get to. Okay, so I should be back in a second. Okay guys, so I've had a little think about what we're going to do here, and I think I've come up with a plan of action anyway. So I'm on the church at the moment. This is the old town, as we'll call it. So what I've done, as you can see, I've just lit up this area here, and we've got this ravine running down this area here, and actually over the back there I could actually find that there's a natural riverbed flowing, and I think with a bit of terraforming, I've seen what level the river is at, I've seen what level sea level is at, and I think basically we can make this river go all the way through to this ravine, and actually it'll take us out quite a long way to the sea, which is a very long way over there, but it'll give us an option then to have a river to flow out of this village. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a riverbed, so it means we've got to fill that in, fill it with water and do that. But before we do that, what I thought I'd do is the old town, I thought I'd join together with a moat. I thought that might be quite good. Rather than just fencing it off, I'd create a moat that goes around here. So that's going to be my first job, and I've had a look to see what level we're at, and the actual village, I think when we land down here, is 70. So yeah, the Y level is 70, so there's a little bit filling in, but so essentially I'm going to keep the Y level as 70, and as you can see there's natural caves and that here anyway, so I'm going to utilize those to actually fill and make the moat. It's going to join up with the ravine or the river, but the river is actually a few levels down, and I'll show you that. We come through the area here. I'm going to fly across here just to show you this, but I've marked down here, this is sea level. Okay, so this bit here is where we're going to actually bring the river down to, so it's going to be a bit of a valley in terms of a gorge, if you like. So this is going to be sea level, and we're going to be looking down into it, and it's going to go off in this direction, and as you can see, if I go up here, won't need too much terraforming. We've already got natural systems here anyway, and I thought what I might do is actually make this into a bit of a lake around here, because it's already hollowed out, and then it's going to join over with this over here, and as you can see there's a start of the natural riverbed. So we're going to bring the river down through here into the village, make this into a bit of a lake over here, and I've decided I'm going to keep these where they are because they are above river level or above sea level, and what I think I'm going to do is incorporate this into steps coming down towards the river. So essentially this is going to be, as you can see here, there are different levels, so I'm going to bring down the steps from there to there to there to the river, and I think the river itself is actually going to be diverted around this area here, and then it's going to rejoin just over on the edge of here, and will eventually carry out this way. And as you can see, if we go this way, there is another river there, so join the two up essentially. So that's going to be the plan, and that carries off. So that gives us a transport system as well to move around, as well as building some kind of rail system to take us around from different places to different places. So that's the plan, and I think the first thing I've really got to do is get going on that moat. I think that's the first thing I've got to do is define the edge of the village. Did I hear a villager then opening and closing a door? I thought I'd locked them all away. I've got some more. There's one in there. Oh, he's trying to get out, but he can't. He can stay in there. Okay, so yeah, let's make a start on that, shall we? So I've kind of earmarked out, and I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of building up with some of it, because we're on level 68 here, so that's 2 down from where the river is, and I think what I'm going to do is actually join the river up with a ravine with a nice waterfall or something like that, so the water can then from the moat will flow down into the river wherever it is. So yeah, and I think I'm just going to roughly start this as, so I've got to build up 2, so yeah, that's Y level 70, so I'm going to have to do this all the way around, just to sort of try and formulate this, and what I'll probably then do is actually make it look a bit more pretty with some brickwork and things like that. So we'll have a look and see how it all pans out. But it needs to be at least 2 because moats. But I want it to look natural as well. That's the thing. I want it to be as natural as it possibly can. Yeah, hello horsey, go away. Okay, I'm going to get done for animal cruelty now, aren't I? Okay, sorry to all you lovely horse lovers. Yes, we love horses too. And we're going to have a stable of them. And okay, so we'll carry on this way then, if you're not going to get out of the way. And then hopefully this will join up with around the back here in a minute. And I think we've got a bit more of a drop here, so we might do some fancy brickwork on it and see where we can take this when we're going out. But there's kind of a natural riverbed flowing now already, or moat shall we say. It's only going to be a couple deep. It doesn't need to be really deep because it's more decorative and safety wise, so maybe we will bring it down a little bit so mobs and that don't actually swim through it. We'll see how we can do with that. Okay, so I'm going to carry on doing this build here, and then we shall be back with you shortly. Okay guys, so I've kind of finished what I started there with the moat. Still need to fill in some levels here. But yeah, I think it looks quite good. I'm going to end up, I think, putting some brickwork or some carved stone or something like that down on the other side of here, because I think when you look at it, there's a bit of a drop, and I think it's got the potential to be something like a wall. So I think I might build up this side to actually physically make a wall. But on the other side it looks okay. This water was a pond up here before, so I've kind of dropped it down in a waterfall, put some stepping stones across, and exactly the same here. There's a drop of one level with a waterfall, so I've put some stepping stones across. Bit of a pond with an island, not quite sure what we're going to do there. And then this needs to really join up with the river that's going to be going through there somewhere. Maybe it's going through there, I'm not sure. And then we look on this other side. We've got a trap piggy. Hello piggy. Again, we're ready to drop this down in terms of the waterfall when it's ready. So I'll put some half slabs there, but I think that's going to be a little while because we've got a lot of leveling to do here. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is, in fact, let's go down to the bottom here and have a little explore and see what's actually down here. I don't really need this lava, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, so this doesn't really go anywhere itself. There's nothing really here. So let's go the other way, see if there's anything at this end. No, again, so there's nothing actually here, which is fine. That's not going to be cause a problem if we then level that. Let's have another look down this side here. So again, I think this is just a cave. Let's get rid of the water. So look down here, it doesn't go anywhere, there's no cave entrances or anything like that at all. So that's good. It does mean we're going to end up with a big void down there. I'm not too worried about that. And we've got a few piggies down here, so we might have to have a little bit of a pig cull. Sorry guys. I could create a railway system, put you in a minecart and get you out of here, but no, I think the villagers need food, don't they? So again, yeah, I don't see any problems in terms of anything down here filling it in. There's no cave systems, it just seems to be a ravine. So that's what I'm going to start on next, is to actually start filling this in down at this level. And I think what we're going to end up doing, just drop down on here so I'm not flying. So I think what we're going to end up doing is basically filling this in. Now that's water, if I remember correctly. So that's water level, which is what we're on now. So we need to be down at least this level to have the water bed, because we're going to have at least 2 deep, which is kind of handy really, because that looks like where that's going around. So that gives us a basis in terms of where to start, and I think we're just going to carve these bits out as we do it. Make it a bit pretty. We don't want any overhangs and things like that in there, so we can just take those out as we do it. There we go. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do, is basically make that, and what we'll probably end up doing, not quite sure where the river ends. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so we're back down here. Okay, that's cool. So what I think I'll do is, we know we've got this area in here, so I think what we'll do is we'll form a dam here. Okay, so I think that's a good point to dam this area off. That way we've got contained water. We don't have to worry about linking it through to the river just yet. I think that's something we'll want to do a little bit later on. Now what I'm not happy with is just having one layer here as the seabed, so what I'm going to do is disappear underneath and make it at least a couple high in terms of doing that. So I'm going to do that, terraform it underneath, because I think that would just be a bit better to make it a couple of levels. I really should have done it before. There we go. Maybe I'm doing a bit too much, but I don't know, just the way I am. I like to think it's strong and sturdy under the seabed, and hopefully it doesn't drip through with this much in there. So that's another factor. If we did actually build underneath here and do something underneath, at least we know we're not going to have a river flowing on our heads or anything like that. So I think that's important. Okay, so yeah, and what I'm going to do now is basically finish this off, completely get the river ready for adding water to, and then I'll come back. Okay, I think that's pretty much done there. Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you what I've done. I've kind of got these edge off here, so this is where we're going to have the waterfall going down. I've kind of filled in the gaps here. And I've filled in down the bottom. I've made some steps down to it as well, because I figured if this is going to be a river, we want to get some steps coming down here. I think the water level is going to be this block here, so what I've tried to do is build a nice, basically stone harbour, if you like, on this side. So we've got stone walls, and the water's going to come to this second level, and I wanted just a little bit of decoration going around there, so I've kind of done that all the way around. However, I've got a bit of a dilemma, because when the terraces get raised a bit, we then have to go to a double on there. I'm not quite sure whether that works, and I haven't done this one yet, but I'm guessing we're going to have to do a sort of one up here that is going to be, let's see if it'll go in that way. Yeah, so it's going to have to be something like that. So I don't know, what do you think? I haven't finished at the upper terraces yet, so we'll have to have a look at those. Yeah, quite like that, but I just like this definitive line to show the water level where it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do, as I say, I haven't actually finished the terraced area yet, but I thought I'm going to put the water in, and we'll see how that looks all together. I did change it slightly though, as you can see. I've put a path around here, but I've kind of settled on this. I did try a red brick path initially. I wasn't really liking that. I didn't want to have all wood, but I just found when I had this as well, because if you remember, all the bits down here are this wood. So when I then ended up with these side wood bits, it kind of clashed a bit. So I've settled on, and let me know what you think, because I'm always interested in your opinion. We've got some clay down here, some coloured clay, and then I've just used the oak steps to go around the edge, which meant I then decided to change this into a proper brick wall. That's something, because I'm UK based, it's something we do have a lot of red brick walls. So I kind of settled on that as a design for there. So okay, I think it's time to put some water in. So I've dammed it off here in terms of doing it. So it kind of is really ready to expand out when I'm ready to expand it out. So we're just going to literally float this in both levels, and I always like to do it this way, where I actually put the water sources in both levels, so I know it's going to go up one more level, but I do like to fill levels up with their water sources, so I know I've got it covered. Let's just do that around here, and we might just do it so far and then perhaps do it to there, because we've got a lot more building to do over here, haven't we? So it's should start equal out as we go along here. Let's get this end as well. It should all, basically once you've got all the water sources in place on the edge, it should automatically go out into the middle, it says. I've got some steps there, I'm not quite sure how they're going to look. Okay, I might have to put those there like that. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, so the rest of this is filters its way through. Excellent. Okay, so let's just put the other level of water on there then. So it's going to go that level as well. Do this all the way around. Fill in the gaps as we get them. I'm not quite sure what to do on this side here. I am thinking that I might do a water level promenade, maybe 2 or 3 blocks wide. So let me know what you think on that, because that's going to be something for a future episode. How do we do that? Do we do a sort of a 3 level or 3 wide promenade, but literally at water level? I think that might look quite nice, so we'll have a think about that, see what we want to do. But yeah, let me know as well if you've got an opinion, if you think something look quite good. Don't want that there, do we? That's a bit high. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what you guys think in terms of should we have going along there. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on filling the rest of this water in, and then we'll come back. Okay, so that didn't take too long. Again, we've got some anomalies here with these steps. It's the only downside, I think, to using steps, is that it does look a bit peculiar, doesn't it? So perhaps we're going to have to go like that. But I still want the steps in the water, so let's... does that create a problem? It does, doesn't it? So I'm not going to be able to have those. It's just going to have to be a dock side. Okay, so there we go. So we'll put that in there. Put those blocks in. Okay, that's sorted. It's not sorted, but that's sorted. Okay, so the water's in there, which is quite good. Just finish off this edge here. Okay, that's looked pretty good. So we've got this top level sorted out with its walkway. That bit's over there, so we've got to get the waterfall dropping down there. That'll be quite good to get into place, and need to get the rest of this area here fixed up, and then I think we've done this area down here. So I think I'm going to leave it there for this episode. I think we've done quite a bit of work. This village is starting to look quite good. I quite like that pattern down there. I quite like the way that looks, so I'm going to leave that, but I'd love to hear your feedback and comments, so please do leave a comment down there if you have any ideas you think we should be pushing forward in these series. That would be really, really good. And obviously if you like the video, please click on like, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get an update to when the next episode's live. Okay, so this is Wild Trekker. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.